Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Delray from StraightGameTV, and today I wanted to talk about a situation involving 2Pac, which has been the prevailing notion over the years through various media outlets, blogs, YouTube channels, and things of that nature in regards to Suge Knight being the one that bailed 2Pac out of jail when he went to prison. And like I said, a lot of people either haven't done the research or wanted to believe the media reports and things of that nature in regards to how 2Pac was actually bailed out of jail. And truthfully, honestly, 2Pac bailed himself out of jail. It was people that put up, money, but basically it was against 2Pac's future earnings, and it went a little something like this. First and foremost, we all know that 2Pac was, before he went to jail, he was on Interscope Records. And while he was in jail, he actually released the #1 album, Me Against the World, that beat out Bruce Springsteen, and basically sold over 3 million records. So 2Pac was actually making money from his album, but most of the money was going to his family as well as to take care of his legal situations that he had prior to going to jail. So what had happened was, first and foremost, I think Snoop Dogg, being one of the biggest artists or the biggest artist in hip hop at that particular time, I think he did have something to do with telling Suge, or convincing him, as well as 2Pac's then wife at that time that he was married to, who called Suge and told him that 2Pac wanted to get in contact with him. And I'm sure Suge probably ran that past Snoop, and Snoop probably was like, yeah, it'd be a great thing, in which Snoop has also confirmed in various other interviews that he wanted 2Pac over there on death row with him. And so the first thing that would have to happen was Suge would have to go to Interscope and ask them, how they would feel about, 2Pac now joining death row, because it was evident that Interscope, didn't bail him out at that particular time. And Suge came in with the idea that, hey, 2Pac could come over here. So, then they would have to go to 2Pac and see if 2Pac was in agreement with that, after talking for a few times, as confirmed by Suge, going back and forth to New York to talk to him, them talking to Interscope, they worked out some kind of a deal in which became the Dannemora agreement, the 2Pac contract that he signed, handwritten contract on September 16th, 1995. And so with that, most people didn't understand that's the legal situation that had to happen before 2Pac even got to death row, because Interscope would have to agree to release him. 2Pac would have to agree to be released. And then now, here comes the bail, and the reason why the bail was structured in the way that it was structured, because 2Pac then would have to pay that money back in regards to how the bail was structured for him to be released. And like I said, this is not taking anything away from Suge Knight, because as you see, he was responsible for really orchestrating the situation to move forward. And the brilliance of what he did along with Harry O and starting death row and really moving it, it's never been done before. The records that they were selling at that time, it's never been done before. They were essentially releasing platinum albums every time they released something, doing 2 and 3 and 4, 5 million records. So basically, the bail had 3 components, and the first component was there was $850,000 that was posted in the form of a corporate guarantee by Atlantic Records. And then there was $250,000 that was posted by Interscope. And the balance of the bail of $300,000 was posted in the form of a bail bonds. And all 3 of these components were secured, like a loan, by the future royalties to be earned by 2Pac. So basically, essentially, Tupac and his earning potential and his star power and his value was the thing that basically secured his bail. And you don't see a lot of artists today that are worth that kind of money, even if they're not putting out any records. But like I said, once again, Me Against the World had already sold, at least 1 million records or 1.5 million records by the time Tupac was released from jail. So that's what most people don't understand. And that's what I wanted to bring you to you, the facts, because it's been a lot of people pushing a lot of narratives. And like I said, they really haven't done the research. And it's I wouldn't say it's easy to do, but if you really were concerned about when you say something and you report something, that you report the facts of what it was. And like I said, taking nothing away from Suge Knight. Like I said, what they did, him getting with Dr. Dre, getting with Harry O, finding Snoop and all of that came together in that melting pot that created Death Row Records was brilliant. And so I just wanted to, drop that on y'all today. Your boy Del Ray, Straight Game TV. And, yeah. Peace.